What's up, guys? What's up, guys? We got that 2020 Honda. You know, you're about to do the 5-year review of this car. When this car was first bought, I drove it and it was really nice. It's one of the reasons why I bought my Tesla. I'll tell you why I did that. Oh shit! Guys, as soon as we started recording outside, the rain started coming. So
rain.
Yeah, so we're gonna record a little bit on the east side and stuff like that. So yeah, I was saying that this car is 5 years old, right? Since 2020. Yeah. Is there any difference in 5 years? Like, what is it about this car? Like, any regrets? And I mean, it's your second car, so
to be honest, so it doesn't appear like I'm being biased, this is a car that I barely drive.
Yeah.
Right? I drive it to the gym, to the grocery store when I'm going by myself. We have a family car, and so when it comes to it, we drive the family car. Not even as much. But this particular car, since we got it in 2020, it sat there for like a whole year without being touched or anything like that. So the miles and everything else in this car is still good.
It got 60 miles, right?
It just begun getting I hit 60,000 miles range, and that's because I was driving it a lot later when I was traveling, and it's a long distance by myself. And then plus I just wanted to drive the car to put more miles on it.
Yeah.
Because it was just sitting there. So
yeah.
To be honest, that's why it's still mostly in this good condition. It looks like it's brand new.
Yeah.
Which really
it does look brand new.
Yeah.
It does look brand new. Because I remember that when you first got this car, I took it on a road trip. Because one time I got stranded by I think I sold my car.
Yeah.
And I was waiting for my Tesla, and then I had the opportunity. No. Before the Tesla, because this is one of the reasons why I got the Tesla. Because I drove this car and it had adaptive cruise control, because I did have cruise control in my Camaro and I loved it, and I drove this one and they had adaptive cruise control, and I was like, at least the next car has to have adaptive cruise control or better. And so I was looking, and then at that time the Mercedes and BMW, at least for what I was looking for, they wouldn't give me the price range I was looking for. You had to add some to it before you get adaptive cruise control. You can add it and stuff like that. I was like, nah. So I just ended up getting a Tesla, because Tesla just had the autopilot, which was even better. So yeah.
So yeah, this one has just like you just said, you can manually turn it off by pressing a button, which is really cool.
Yeah.
For example, when my wife used to drive this car most of the time, and it was just easy for her to just basically come in and realize that I turned it off. She wants to turn it back on.
Yeah.
She basically presses the button and get everything else back in control.
Yeah.
I'm a muscle car driver regularly. Like at the time when this car was bought, I had a Scat Pack, so I wasn't really driving it as much. And if you drive a muscle car, everybody knows we don't like the anti-collision, we don't like the road departure, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Right? So anytime I drove this car, I would turn it off, and then I forget to turn it back on for my wife when she drove it.
You know what would have been better at the time? Like, I don't know if that would be the like, the memory, the profile settings for cars. If this one had it, you could have set it to yourself, and then whenever you turn it on, it would just pick me up.
I think it has it. I did not at the time. I didn't. Like I said, I didn't really have a lot of much love for the Honda, so it was more of like a wifey drive by herself type of car. And then we did have a big the Durango for a family car, so I didn't really care much about this car that much when it came to me making manual changes to it.
Yeah.
But then the cool thing about it is I was able to just basically show her, hey, just press this button over here, and then it will basically turn everything on for you to control the road departure and all of that stuff. So press it, it turns off, press it, it turns back on, and then that was basically how she was able to drive it. So that's one of the cool stuff about this car that I really love. Yeah.
So you were talking about the features of the car.
Yeah.
That your wife will turn. You show your wife how to turn it off. Earlier on, you mentioned that the seats adjuster, it's not automatic, right?
Yes, that's one thing I don't like. It seems like it's in the 80s. Like this is a 1980 type of technology.
But if you said, I would argue because you knew what it was before you bought it though.
I did, but at the time it wasn't a, when I'm driving, I could go 60 miles, for example, and still adjust my seat.
Yeah.
She's a woman. She couldn't do that. And she was actually, women drive differently than we do.
Yes.
So when she was out of traffic or she was in traffic and now she realized she needed to adjust it, that became a problem.
But was there like an automatic option and you chose not to get it, or?
At the time when I got this, this is the Honda Civic Sports. I don't remember, I think it's a CV or LV, whatever this one is. It didn't have any other option at the time. This was like the top of the line.
Oh, for the sports.
For the sports.
Oh yeah, okay. For sport, I understand, because a lot of sports cars, they have like a lot of manual stuff.
Right.
Some sports cars will not have like automatic trunk and things like that because of it being a sports car. Yes.
Same thing applies to the Scat Pack.
Yes.
It doesn't have. It does have a manual seat, but it doesn't have an automatic trunk.
Yeah.
It does a lot of automatic
stuff. So it has the manual seat where you adjust it.
Where you can adjust it over here by pressing it up,
and then
maybe using your leg to move front and back, and then once you release it, it stops where you released it at.
If you have like automatic stuff and then you do this at a traffic light, you may be.
You be all right, you know.
No. Like you were saying that your wife almost hit the car if it wasn't for the safety feature.
If it wasn't for the anti-collision stop, because she went too far out, didn't know when to stop, and then now her feet couldn't touch the gas.
Yeah.
So now the car drove itself and didn't hit the next car because it just stopped.
Yeah, because of the protective stuff in there.
Anti-collision thing that she had turned on.
Yeah.
And it's all here.
Yeah.
And so other
than that. So you said it's a fully loaded.
This is a fully loader. This is a I don't know. There's nothing I don't know that's not in this Honda Civic when it came out by its standard.
Yeah.
This wasn't a basic.
Yeah. So you were saying.
Yeah. So this is actually not a base.
Yeah.
This is a fully loaded because it has everything in there. It's got the anti-collision, it's got the road departure signals that will bring the car itself back. You've seen it. When you go beyond the line, it will bring it back.
Yeah.
That base, I drove the base and it didn't have all of that. And again, because I was aiming for my wife to be the one to drive it a lot at the time, I figured that it would be better if she has a car that's actually going to be safe.
Yes.
And this one is. It was at the time, it still is.
Yeah.
Every function, every feature in this car still works.
Yeah.
It's almost like it drives itself, especially when you're on a windy, curvy road, like a back road, and you press this button, and then it basically lines up on the screen. Basically, it's as you drive, it's pre-margining the line of how the road looks like, and then it just keeps you in turn. So if you're not paying attention, it'll still give you
for a little bit
for you to drive.
A little bit.
It's not a self-driving car, it's not a Tesla, but Honda really, I think they put their foot in this one to get it to do what it is.
So I mean, we know it's a Honda, so it's probably great on gas, right?
It is, absolutely. It's Honda. It's good on gas. When I fill the tank, it's like for city drive, when I fill this for a full tank, and I'm just going doing like grocery shopping, going to the gym, just basically city drive, it takes about 2 weeks before I have to refill. And again, that's because I'm not always driving crazy. I'm just basically doing all of these round trips and coming back home. About 20-25 miles round trip each time. So
like when you put in gas, like recently when you put in gas, like how much
Wow.
Here in VA?
I think that, so in the beginning of around 2020, gas was super cheap, right?
Yeah.
At the time, it was like $23 for it to get full.
Yeah.
Now, I think it's 25. Sometimes if I push it, I get 26 bucks to fill the tank.
And it's regular gas. So.
Yeah, regular gas. And then it stays for about 2 weeks. That's for me to run errands.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty good on gas.
So driving wise, obviously this is not like a luxury car, so you're not about to expect too much stuff in it. But what, like how is the driving on the road apart from the safety stuff?
Wow. Well, you can't drive it without mentioning the safety stuff, but it's got a power steering.
Yeah.
So the power steering gives you the ability to. I'm a muscle car driver, like I keep repeating myself. Even though this is a Honda, sometimes I'm able to do certain things that I could do with a Charger in this car, and it's really amazing. Like moving fast, making a sharp turn because of the power steering. It allows me to, feel the muzzle kind of stuff in this car. And I think that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
If you're not driving crazy, there's no more driving. It's good. And if you want to drive crazy, that's also.
So 5 years after 60,000 miles, any issues apart from regular maintenance?
No, I have never have to fix anything in this car aside from changing my brake pads, buying gas, doing oil change from time to time because I got the VIP package when I got it. There's nothing that's ever broken. I'm actually yet to change the tires.
Oh,
because I had all season tires from front to the back.
60,000 miles though?
Yeah, anytime I went, Honda told me, again, because I didn't drive the car so crazy, anytime I went for oil change, they said, you know what? You're still good, you're still good. So recently when I did the most recent oil change, that's when they said, you know what? You might want to start thinking about changing the tire, which I am.
Yeah.
And other than that, no, there's really nothing wrong with the car. Nothing at all.
That's good. So for a busy car that you use as a second car, mostly just drive, sometimes commute and stuff like that. Do you is there anything that you want for, like you would have wished, or maybe I don't know if you have updated yourself on the newer ones or whatever, like any feature that you would love for it to be in this one? Or
I mean, for a car that was made 5 years ago, I think it was pretty advanced. To be honest, it was pretty advanced for the time it was made. It was originally made in November 2019, but it was for 2020, and that's when we got it. It's pretty advanced, and the only thing I would change though is the seat. I don't understand why the seat was like that, but it's sports. It's got like 8 gears or 7 gears, I believe. So that's why probably they had that in mind. But I mean, we do have sports cars that have a power and steer seat.
Yeah.
So the only thing I think should change, I don't know about the newer cars, but the only thing that I think should change is the seat. You should be able to basically press a button and move it forward and back.
Yeah, so
that's one thing.
I know, I mean, because this is a sports car, and because of what we have talked about, the manual seats, this wouldn't have a wireless charger stuff.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't have. It's got a USB connection or port out here, but it's got a Bluetooth, a really good Bluetooth that doesn't fail.
Yeah.
So when you connect Bluetooth, you can actually do basically everything that you could do when you connected wired.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the speakers. Yeah, it's been a long time listening to the speaker, but I mean, this is a Honda. It's raining. Let me see if I can get. Is there something in the trunk?
Nah, it's empty.
Yeah. You guys probably already know the space, but
it's got really good space.
You got
for a tiny car.
Yeah. Into this for me. Let me see. Rainy, man. Woo! Pop the trunk. Yeah, you got stuff here, but that's a good amount of space. Looks nice.
Alright. So this thing has a normal drive and the sports. I never use the normal drive. I like the sports. So now,
even in the rain, it's crazy.
Yeah. So it still works. It still has that ability to basically just It's a reliable car. I mean,
it's a Honda, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully they haven't started tripping, but yeah, when I had my Honda, my second car was a Honda 2009, and that thing was I think it was nice. It took me to I think I drove it for 2-3 years, I forgot, but it really held me down. It held me down because I drove it. I even did Uber for a year in it. Everything was smooth. I did have a transmission issue after a while. That, you know, it got fixed. And then after that, shortly after that time is when I sold it. And then I moved from that to the Camaro, I believe, yeah. So, yeah, Hondas, when they are working there, a lot of cars, even if, what I've realized is a lot of cars, even if they are not as durable, when you take good care of it, it will last. Yeah. So if it's a Honda, then, you know, you can last a lot more, because my Camaro, a year and some months, no issue. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like every car, if you take care of it, not every car, because some cars, they are defects from the factory.
Yeah.
When I used to work at Land Rover as a porter, and then we used to, you know, I see all the time, people will buy a Range Rover and the next day it's on the tow truck coming back. Yeah. Coming back because, yeah, so I don't trust Range Rovers. I have a friend who bought is it a Velar or something like that? He has it, no issues. So like, it's that. But for my reviews, I've watched a lot of reviews where, you know, Range Rovers have been bashed and stuff like that. Range Rovers, some cars. Yeah. Another car I don't trust is Kia. Kia Soul. I think they said it got better, but the reason I don't trust Kia too, I also worked there at the dealership, and then that year especially they had like bad reputation because the engine was bad. So brand new engines, people like they recall every engine. So they were bringing the cars back for like free swaps and things like that, or whatever it is. So like, and then I heard some other also bad thing. But these days it looks like they have revamped their stuff and they are doing a lot better and things like that. And they have some cool looking cars too. So
yeah, they won. I believe 2023 Kia won the best car of the year.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're really doing stuff.
Yeah. So like, it's like that. It's like that, you know. But I mean, if you are somebody looking for a car as economical as possible, with good enough stuff, some safety features and things like that, you cannot go wrong with a Honda, man. You cannot go wrong with a Honda.
Yep.
But yeah, you know, we taking I mean, it drives nice.
Oh no, you barely hear anything at all.
Yeah.
I mean, this car is driven the same way that it's been driving since the first day I got it.
Yeah.
And I'm like the only owner when I got it. I'm like the first and last owner. Because I'm not planning on selling it right now.
They tried to take it back from you. Yeah, they tried to buy it back from you.
Back and try to buy it back from me.
Yeah.
Multiple times actually. And then I just kept saying no.
Because it looks like it's a car in demand and stuff like that, specific spec and things like that. So they try, because initially you leased it, now you own it.
I leased it in the beginning, drove it for a while, and I was like, I think I like this car, so I went back and bought it, and basically paid it off. And eventually, especially because I bought it off from Honda, and it didn't have a lot of miles on there. Yeah. That's when they even came back. And then one time they said if it didn't go over $50,000 at the time, they'll probably give me like almost the entire amount that I used to buy for it.
Yeah.
And then give me my money back. That they just wanted that car. Yeah. And then that's when COVID was actually in place.
Oh yeah, that
and
time
people needed used cars were actually high priced, but I just didn't want to sell this car.
Yeah, it makes sense though. It makes sense. Yeah, cars like this, like a lot of, because like me, I was trying to look for, I'm always looking for cars today I'm looking at Mercedes, tomorrow I'm looking at Corvettes, next day I'm looking at 2020 Honda. I said 2001 Honda. So I was trying to look for like a second car before, and then there is this dealership closer to me. There's a Honda that's like 200,000 miles or something like that, 190 or 200 or even more. That thing said 3 bands.
Yeah.
I think 3,000-4,000, something like that. So I feel like sometimes they do too much, even though we know it's a reliable car, so they like charge more for that and stuff. But yeah, Hondas, they hold their value. So because it will last, and all of the other stuff, repair is cheap and all of that, or cheaper, let's say that, because it can be expensive depending on what, but repairs are cheaper. So like, because of that, if you buy a Honda, you know it's gonna hold its value if you decide to sell it within the next few years. Yeah, because go buy a Mercedes right now.
Yep, it will just go down to the drain.
And sell it, because my Mercedes, after a month, I told you, after a month, after a month or few months, 3 months I think, they came back and they were like, you know, we want to buy your car back. I was happy as fuck. I still love the Mercedes, but I was like, I'm already, you know, ready to get a new car, into a new car. So I took it, even though I knew it wouldn't probably be like the best price or whatever. But you know, it's from the dealership that bought it. It gave it, sold it to me. So I took it back, and I was like, I think I was already down 5,000 in negative equity. But I understood it because it wasn't 1 year yet. So that, you know, it doesn't make sense to buy a car, except you really will want to take that loss. You don't want to, you know, take a car back after a new car back after a couple of months.
Under 6 months.
Under 6 months, yeah.
So this is what I'm saying. I'm really barely holding this here right now. Yeah. This is all this car doing this.
Yeah.
This is all this car doing this. This is not me necessarily turning manually to get the steering to work.
Just alert, and then
as soon as you alert it, it will basically just turn. It will do the white turns and all of that. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, for the time the car was made, all the way up till now, and it's like the technology is still matching other cars that were recently made. Is this
wireless CarPlay?
It's got a wireless CarPlay. It's got Bluetooth and then something else, I believe. But mostly Bluetooth. You can do a CarPlay.
Yeah, the reason I'm asking is my 2023 freaking Mercedes is wired CarPlay.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it annoys me to the core. It annoys me because that's one reason why sometimes I don't like to drive, because every time you have to put, sometimes I just want to charge the car. I don't want to, you know, connect it and stuff like that. And then when you're using the map, you take it out, it's off. Yeah, you use the map, it will stay in the map. Yeah, it will stay connected to your Bluetooth. You can make calls wirelessly. Yeah, it will pull up your contacts wirelessly. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, pretty cool. So yeah, you can never go wrong with this car. Yeah, man. No, not really. It's really good. So if Honda comes back again, will you sell it, or is there any price that you sell it for? I'm not selling. Not even for like 20, 30? Well, maybe, but then that's ridiculously crazy for Honda to ever even want that car back at that price. Right now, I think the last contact they had, they said they were gonna, they'll basically give me 22,000, I believe, even after 5 years. And I'm looking on the market. 22,000 can actually probably get me another one of these cars. It will. Yeah. So it was kind of like really cool, but I still said no. So I don't know if they ever want to go further out, or basically just leave me alone. That's what I'm asking for. Yeah, so. Yeah, that's true though. Yeah, man. If ever they come back to ask me to sell my Mercedes at the current price, take it and give me another one. Not that I don't want the car, I'm driving, I'm enjoying it, but I just want a new car already. But yeah, that is if you own it, that's one of the things. If you own the car, you can really do all this. Because if you don't own and you lease, maybe even that you can still buy it out. So for the remaining price. Yeah. So like But yeah, who is this? Public service. Public service. But yeah, guys, coming back, took it for a drive. Hopefully, everything's set. It's loved by you guys. But we already know that Honda is Honda. You know, it does what it has to do. Yep. You know, nothing more, nothing less. Sometimes more. So yeah, you can never go wrong with it. Hopefully it was valuable for whoever is looking to get into a Honda. But thank you guys, and thanks to Sinyama for, you know, taking the drive and letting me be able to review this. We also have an Audi, but it's raining, so we can't fully do it. We gotta get it cleaned up anyways. So the Audi will be next whenever we see him again with the review stuff. Peace.